8 people have died after what law enforcement is calling a crowd surge in Houston. That's at the Travis Scott Astroworld Festival. It's a music festival in Houston. Many more were injured, and some are accusing Live Nation Entertainment, Inc. and Harris County Sports and Convention Corporation of negligence. Daily Mail reports 23-year-old Christian Paredes is suing Scott and surprise guest Drake, who said that they were inciting the crowd as they continued to perform even as the crowd, quote, became out of control. Paredes said is suing for more than $1 million. 50,000 people were there that night, and 11 people were taken to the hospital in cardiac arrest. The AP reports, quote, investigators are expected to examine the design of safety barriers and the use of crowd control in determining what led to the crush of spectators. Right now, the vigils are taking place to remember those who were lost. And 2 Iowa students in high school have been charged with killing their Spanish teacher. CNN reports Sunday, Nohema Graber was reported missing and her remains were discovered in a park in Fairfield. She was a Spanish teacher at Fairfield High School. 16-year-olds Willard Noble Chaden Miller and Jeremy Everett Goodell have both been charged with first-degree murder and are being held on a $1 million bond. A, quote, associate of Goodell and Miller told investigators how the two had planned to kill Graber and the motive behind the killing, which hasn't been released to the public. A primary hearing is set for November 12th. And last week we talked about the Merck pill. Well, now Pfizer has come out with a pill claiming to cut the chance of hospitalization or death in adults from COVID-19 by 89%. That's a higher percentage than the Merck pill original data. The full trial data is not available yet for either company. NewsRex reports that the Pfizer study consisted of 1,219 patients and found that, quote, 0.8% of those given Pfizer's drug within 3 days of symptoms onset were hospitalized, and none had died by 28 days after treatment. That compared with a hospitalization rate of 7% for the placebo patients. Pfizer's drug is supposed to block the enzyme the virus needs to multiply. Merck's essentially introduces errors into the genetic code of the virus. The UK has a hold of both company drugs, and soon the US should as well. And the city county of Oroville, California, is voted in a 6-1 resolution to declare itself a constitutional republic last week. So the city cited the Governor Gavin Newsom's health regulations as the reason. The Guardian reports the city, quote, refused to enforce state requirements prohibiting indoor dining, but county, where Oroville is located, declined to recommend a mask mandate earlier this fall. The mayor, Scott Thompson, said he wanted to draw the line. He said, quote, this has to do with the large amount of mandates that are affecting every aspect of our lives and our kids' lives. The American culture and way of life is being challenged at its very core and perverted by radicalized politicians who have forgotten that as a republic, the power belongs to the people. This means they can essentially opt out of any executive orders from the state or country they find clearly overreaching or violating constitutional rights. And 27 states have filed lawsuits against Biden's vaccine requirements for private companies. Thursday, OSHA issued the requirement saying businesses with more than 100 employees must be vaccinated against COVID-19 by January 4th, or they have face mask requirements and weekly tests. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt said this mandate is unconstitutional, unlawful, and unwise. The administration said that they are prepared to fight the legal battles, and penalties include $14,000 per violation. Lots going on.
That's the news. Yeah. And that's really the show.